Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Cryptid Conversations. I'm Caster MJ. Along with me, I have my co-host, Cryptid Nation News.
How you doing?
And again this week, Deadly is missing. And since not much is really happening with Metazoo News at the moment, and since Deadly's gone, we figured we'd throw another gameplay video up here. So before we get started with the gameplay, I thought maybe we'd share what we're playing and maybe even like what our deck is kind of supposed to do. This way, those who are viewing kind of know what to expect possibly while they're watching, sorry. So with that, Cryptid Nation News, if you don't mind, what are you planning on playing tonight?
So this is an adaptation of a spellbook I built, Spirit. Dark Spirit, I should say. Originally, it only had 2 beasties in it, and it kind of worked. I had 4 of the... I'm blanking on the name of them now. These guys here.
DC
Fetish artifacts.
No,
I had 4 fetish artifacts in it, which I didn't count as beasties. And then I had Cryptid Nation, Walking Sam, and Seance Walking Sam. So those are kind of the only 2 real beasties that I had in it originally. And the idea of everything else was just kind of early board control and possessions and permanent possessions. And, we can get into why permanent possession is powerful as we kind of play through. But, and that's a trivia question for my channel for this week. So this is a lot of control and then a lot of possession towards the late game.
Nice. Awesome. I don't think I've played this deck yet. So I'm excited
You
to
haven't.
go up. Yeah, so I'm excited to go up against it and see what happens. I hope it does what it's supposed to do, because I don't like even playing against decks that aren't like functioning, honestly. I don't mean this offensively to anybody that I've played against or anything like that. No. But I'm sure
this is only my second iteration. I have no idea if it works.
I'm sure they feel the same way, because like we've shared in episodes before, like it's not fun to just like beat somebody tremendously. You know what I mean? Like if you have like 7 aura out and they have like 1 out, it's not a fun game for even the person winning. Usually, we wanna like battle.
Yeah, exactly. So I was having trouble with aura in my original games. I didn't add any aura, but I added a beastie, which you might be able to figure out to help with that, considering that this is mostly spells.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm guessing I know what that is, and I'm guessing it's in my deck as well. Which, getting into that, I will be playing a Flame Spirit deck that mainly is Flame, and it also mainly spells. So there are 7 beasties total in this deck, most of which are honestly higher cost beasties, and then there are a bunch of spells, and there is Gassy as 2 of those 7 beasties, so I could even potentially and hopefully reuse some of these spells. If Gassy doesn't work and I don't get that out, the other thing that I have going in this deck is the Casey Jones and Ghost Train combination. So I'm looking to, slow the opponent down by using some spells and trying to control the board by using some spells and do damage like that, while I get aura out and try to get either, Casey Jones out, the Ghost Train out, or all those, not all, but a bunch of spells out, and then Gassy out. So that's kind of what my deck is going for there. I did throw some new spells in here since the last time you have played this, Ian. So it'll be slightly different.
All right.
About the same, but slightly different.
So we're both playing spell-heavy spellbooks.
Correct.
And I'm see how it plays out, but I'm a little afraid of Casey Jones right now, because I don't know if I have the right cards to take care of that?
So I think I obviously don't know your deck, but I think Casey
Yeah.
Jones is something that a lot of decks need to have something at least in their side deck for. I think it's something that people will be seeing, and it's hard to handle once it's out there. Or another thing, honestly, more scary. I don't know. That's not the word. I don't speak English. Scarier. Scarier.
I think both might be right.
Okay. Well, see that I do speak English. So what might be even scarier though is the ghost train, since it's an artifact.
Well,
And that
yeah,
has
exactly.
spirit.
I don't
So,
know
yeah.
if I have anything to take care of.
Yeah.
Ghost
the
Train.
combo.
Because if you can take care of Ghost Train, you take care of Casey Jones in that case.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
So with that, let's do the coin flip with your fancy coin there, man.
Yeah. You want heads or tails?
I'll go with heads.
This thing could kill someone. Heads it is.
All right. So I will take going first. And I'm just going to cut down the middle.
Give it one more shuffle and a cut here on my side.
And I am going to mulligan.
I'm going to keep.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to keep.
So if you're new to the game, you're able to mulligan in this if you don't like your opening hand. The only downfall with that is after you mulligan, you have to draw one less card with your new opening hand. So now I will cut and draw 6.
It's really important to know when to mulligan.
So
If you're ever unsure, you should probably mulligan.
yeah, that's a good rule of thumb right there. But I've been trying to train myself to mulligan a little bit more until I have not only the aura that I would need, but something I can do with the aura as well. So with that, I will.
And if you mulligan too much, but if you have a New Year's New Beginnings or a New Beginnings pop up when you get low in your hand, you're in a good spot as well.
Yeah. So you could just throw that out and start fresh, basically, with a new 7, while screwing your opponent.
Exactly. That's the fun part.
That is the fun part. I'm going to keep the 6 that I drew, and then
Okay.
since I'm going first, I will now bookmark. And I will play Prism Aura, and I will just pass to you.
All right. I will bookmark. I'm going to do a Prism, a Reaper's Crown, and then I'm going to bring out a Familiar
Nice.
and pass turn.
I don't mind playing, but there is a heavy glare on on that.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
On the Familiar. So let's see. Is it from... It's from that angle. Okay. Give me 1 second.
Yes, sir.
This is the upside to having...
Great lighting.
smart lighting in the ceiling. So when we built my office, I put smart can lights up in the ceiling so I can just turn. Is that good?
Oh,
Did I fix
wow.
it?
That's incredible.
Cool. Yeah, it was my back middle light.
That's crazy, dude. All right. So I already bookmarked.
If you're building a new room, I highly suggest smart lights put into the ceiling.
Yeah, that's wild. I'm going to play a Flame Aura, and I will fatigue for 2 for a Burning Effigies, which allows me to create 3 effigy tokens.
And here it starts.
And I will pass turn.
All right. I will... bookmark first. Awaken. I will... I'm going to play a Dark Aura. I'm going to fatigue 4 for Walking Sam.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack one of the tokens for 20. And then I'm going to pass turn.
Okay. And we'll take 75.
Yes, I will.
I'll bookmark. What is Walking Sam's LP?
60. Has fear and spirit.
I'll fatigue for 2 flame, and I will use an explosion and do all 60 to Walking Sam.
That is unfortunate. So if you don't know Walking Sam's power, this is actually one of the things I have to combat your Burning Effigies. So Marionette Master can take control of target beastie or token. It doesn't say beastie token. It can be an artifact token until the beastie leaves the arena. So I could actually start taking your Burning Effigies.
Damn, I didn't even know that, honestly. And then I gave myself 25 for the explosion, and then I will pass turn to you now.
All right. I will bookmark, awaken. I will play an aura for turn. How do I want to do this? Yeah. I'm going to use Reaper's Crown to play another familiar.
Okay.
I'm going to use the floating aura for New Year's New Beginnings.
Oh my gosh. Woo.
So I'm throwing away a Morpheus and a Spirit aura with that.
I'm throwing away a Casey Jones, a Piazza Bird, Burning Effigy, a Gassy, and a Walking Sam.
That's kind of what I was hoping for. All right.
Well, at least you don't have another one of those.
That is true. So I've used both of those aura. I'm going to use the dark aura for a bookmark. Gonna organize my hand here. Sorry, give me 1 second. And then I will pass turn.
Okay. I'll bookmark. You'll take 75.
Because I'm an idiot and forgot to attack with my familiar. I got excited about screwing over your hand.
It happens. Definitely happens. I'm going to play a flame. Oh boy, oh boy. Let me fatigue 1 to bookmark 2. And then let me what is Familiar's LP?
25.
Okay, so we are going to as well. We're going to do an explosion to you. We're going to do.
I'm going to use Curse Contract.
Okay.
Please take 75 damage.
Bah, bah. And then I will just pass turn, yeah.
All right. I will bookmark. Awaken. I'm going to take out one of the Burning Effigies.
They
do 20 damage to an...
So you're taking out the already damaged one?
Yeah, and then 20 damage to the next one over.
Gotcha.
And then I'm going to Lightning in a Bottle. And then take out that one.
You got it.
And then pass turn.
Okay. You'll take 25.
I will take 25. Love Curse Contract. It's definitely my favorite spirit card now.
And there is a Burning Spirit imprint.
Now you have the glare.
Oh.
You jerk. No, it's fine. I know what it is.
Whoop. And then we will play a Flame Aura.
I think I had another misplay last turn. Whoops.
I will then... I'm going to fatigue 1 to bookmark 2 again.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's try it this time. We're going to do another explosion.
No, I'm just kidding.
We'll do the 50 to one of the familiars. I will do 10 and burn to you, the caster. 10. Burn a 6.
Right, actually, at the end of last turn, Walking Sam was supposed to go to the afterlife. Right.
Yep, you're good.
Yep.
And then I will take 25 and pass turn.
All right. I will bookmark. Awaken. My misplay last turn was that I forgot to play an aura. Well, it's not really a misplay. You can choose to, but I wanted to. And then I will do 20 to the effigy token. And pass turn.
You got it. So your burn goes down to 4. And I will now play a Spirit Aura.
Don't like that.
I'm going to go...
And that familiar goes to the afterlife.
I'm going to go with 3 flame and the 2 from the artifact for a Father Sam Barbecue Revolutionary.
Oh. All right.
And yeah, I'm going to take out the familiar. No, he's Spirit. I'm sorry. I'm going to take out your Reaper's Crown. Yeah, I'll take out the Reaper's Crown. And for the friendly barbecue tokens, since I'm doing face down for the effigies, I'll do face up for the barbecue.
All right.
And oh shit, I didn't give you the 25 for my effigy, speaking of. And I got a pass turn.
All right. I am going to bookmark. Awaken.
So you're down to 3 burn.
Or every turn.
Oh, snap. You want to know something else? I didn't give you your burn damage from your last turn when you attacked me.
I forgot that I had burn. You don't come here for a well-played game.
Yeah, no. You just come here to watch a game.
Count the misplays and comment below.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I learned a lot from our gameplay videos, actually. People always correct us, and I appreciate it. You know?
It's always good. I have a couple options here. This is going to be interesting. How do I want to do this, though?
What are you possessing?
Well, I mean, there's only one thing that's worth possessing, so...
The friendly barbecue token?
Yeah, it's just how do I want to do it? All right, yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. I'm going to permanent possess Sam.
Okay, I'm just going to put something
and then I'm going to take out the effigy token with familiar.
Okay, so you'll take 20 and he will die.
And then I'm forced to pass turn.
Okay. So I will bookmark. You were down.
I'm actually kind of sad that your Gassie's gone, because that's, in my opinion, one of the best targets to permanent possess.
Yeah, I could see that. You're allowed, what, 4 permanent possessions?
3.
3.
3. But yeah, you get that gassy over, and it's unlimited. So at that point, you have to think about every beastie you play, because as soon as you pass turn, I'm just going to take it again if I have the aura.
So here's what I'm going to do now. As stupid as this sounds. Oh man, I don't know. Should I?
Are you going to explode your own Sam?
Oh, I'm going to sleep my own Sam.
All right.
So he's now your Sam, but he's asleep.
He's my slept Sam. All right.
And then, okay, let's try something else here. Yeah, whatever. We'll do 4 for a gassy.
Oof.
We'll do Burning Spirit Imprint for an effigy.
Okay.
And we will do... Right. We will do... I guess we'll do 1 more to Morpheus Your Familiar. And then I will pass turn with that. And you go down to 1 burn.
All right. I will bookmark Awaken. And then I will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 happily permanent possess that gassy. And pass turn.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna search through my cemetery real quick here.
Well,
Okay.
let's do the imprint for Burning Effigies. Then let's do...
I forgot to play Aura for turn again. Son of a bitch.
Let's do a Flame Aura for a New Year's New Beginnings.
Okay. You just got rid of 3 Aura, and that 2 of those should have been on the field.
I got rid of a Cursed Contract and my Ghost Train.
All right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now we're cooking with fire. Here's another Spirit Imprint. Here is a Prism Aura for turn. Let's get out... Let's use these 2. Do 2 flame for an explosion. I'll do 50 to the gassy. I will do 10 to... I'll do 10 to the familiar.
All right. So you'll take 20. I don't know how I keep forgetting to play Aura. How do you do that? Who does that?
25. Familiar will wake up now, right?
Yes. Thank you. And he's actually awake, right? When you lose.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yep.
Yeah, I only put him to sleep that one turn because I didn't want him to attack Gassy, and then you potentially like play something and kill it, or like lightning in a bottle and kill him or something. But
Yep.
I don't got to worry about that anymore. Let's do a flame and a spirit for a burning effigies.
Jesus.
And we will do a prism and a flame for a burning effigies. And speaking of, I didn't give you the 75 from the ones that were out. Those 3 that were out when we started.
Yep.
And now I'll pass turn, and you're no longer burnt.
So it's what, 75, 150, 300 damage next turn to those effigies, and no way to deal with them. I concede.
Wow.
There's no way back from that. There's not. I mean, it's 300 next turn. I can take 1 out with. So next turn, what I could do is, nope, you got rid of my possession.
Yeah.
I had a regular possession which could have woken up Walking Sam, but you got rid of that. So I had no way to take out a token, and then you would go. And then it'd come back, and then another 300. I had 75 left. At that point, I would have a Walking Sam, CN1 Walking Sam on the field, and I just wouldn't be able to do anything with it. So, good game.
All right. You want to go on and do a game 2?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah,
The effigies are insane.
I like the effigies a lot. I hear a lot of people say stuff along the lines of like they only work early game. From my testing, playing, experimenting, that's not true. Even in late game situation, it puts a lot of pressure on the opponent where they have to deal with it. So where they would normally be attacking me and wrecking me and stuff like that, they now have to waste all their energy on those tokens and keep up with that.
I had a way around it, but you took away my only way to wake up.
Yeah, the Father Sam barbecue.
Yeah, so I was able to power up Red him, so he would have been attacking for 225. At that point, if you don't have a ton of effigies on the field, it's just a outpace you match, and unless you can deal with Sam.
Yeah.
So I had an idea of what I could have done. It just, once you got that many effigies on the field, there's not much you can do to come back from that.
It's
crazy, and that's why I don't like the effigies.
Yeah, it's pretty nutty. When I first figured out that's what they did, where they just damaged the caster, and I could stack a bunch of them essentially. I pretty much instantly was like, I need to use these in this deck. Okay.
They're incredibly powerful. I honestly I don't know a good way to take care of them. You just have to kind of have enough firepower to take them out. My original thought, and I talked to you about this a bit ago, was Chase Gallery, but you pointed out that they're not beasties, so it doesn't actually...
Yeah. They're artifacts.
The attack effect of Chase Gallery doesn't work there.
Yep.
So you could flood the earth, but obviously, Spirit deck, you're not going to be doing that. Spirit Storm is beasties as well, I believe. So the board wipe that Spirit does have wouldn't take care of your effigies.
Yeah, it's pretty... You got to have a lot of stuff out there, basically.
Yeah.
A lot of direct damage, pretty much. And I'm assuming you're going to be going first this game?
Yeah. Absolutely.
got it.
I promise I'm gonna be better about playing my aura this time. I screwed myself over. If I had those 2 aura, at the end there, I would have been. I had a cursed contract, so I could have stopped one of those effigies.
Oh, geez, yeah.
I am going to keep.
I'll keep as well.
All right, let's do this. A bookmark. Play an aura. Play a Reaper's Crown. And then I'm going to tap 1 for a natural chaos orb.
Okay.
And pass turn.
Okay. I'll bookmark. I will... How do I want to go about this? I'll actually play a spirit aura.
All right.
I'll play a burning spirit imprint. And I'll pass turn.
All right. I will bookmark. Awaken. I'm actually going to index.
Okay. What could you be searching for?
I'm really glad I did this because it
at the bottom of your
was
deck.
3rd from the bottom. Seance Walking Sam.
Okay.
Do, 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 do. Let me just shuffle a little bit here.
That's the only thing you could do that turn, right?
It's the only non-aura page you can contract this turn. So if I had other things on the field, I could do some stuff. But exactly, yeah, you're right. Basically, I'm going to pass turn here.
Okay. I'll bookmark. I will play... I'll awaken that. I'm going to play another spirit aura. And I will fatigue my imprint for a burning effigy.
All right.
And I'll pass turn.
All right. I will bookmark. Awaken, aura for turn. I'm going to do 1 dark, a 2nd dark, and a spirit for Walking Sam. I'm going to wake up Walking Sam with a lightning in a bottle. And then I'm going to steal one of those tokens.
Okay. So you want to create a token over there and I'll just remove one to make it easier for us to remember?
Of course. And then I will bring out a familiar as well.
Perfect.
And pass turn.
Okay. I will bookmark. You will take 50.
50.
I'll play a flame.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fatigue for 3 spirit. I will play the original Walking Sam.
You got it.
I'll use that floating flame to bookmark too.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll pass turn.
All right.
So I'll take 25 from...
You'll take 25. I'm going to bookmark. I'm going to awaken. I'm going to use Marionette Master to take that Walking Sam from you. So that is my Walking Sam now. I am then going to Lightning in a Bottle, Walking Sam. I'm going to take a token as well. So I have
And how long
2 tokens.
Do you like permanently have?
Until this beastie leaves the arena.
Okay.
And then I'm going... Alright, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to play 2 Spirit, and actually I'm going to do 1 Spirit here and a Spirit there. For possession on my own Walking Sam. So take control of target beastie, deal 5 damage to it, so he will take 5 damage. Awaken it. And then I am going to take your last token.
Now, is that the same thing where if that Walking Sam leaves the arena, I get those tokens back, or they just vanish into the ether?
Yep, you'll get them back.
Oh, okay.
And pass turn.
Okay, I'm going to
Explosion.
Walking Sam.
So Walking Sam is not working out as well as I had hoped. You do take 75 at the start of my turn, though.
That's true. You are correct. And now these will come back, but I believe everything is now still fatigued. Like that Walking Sam is probably still fatigued, I would assume. The one that you had.
Right, because it would have woken up on my turn,
Yeah.
and then, yep. So no, it's still fatigued.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming. Okay, so I'm going to use the floating...
So I just wasted a bunch of spells. That was horrible. That was... Okay. This is good. This is how you learn that things don't work out the way you kind of hope.
Flame Aura for turn. I'm going to use the Floating Spirit and this Flame Aura for a Burning Effigy.
All right.
And I'll pass turn on that note.
All right. I will bookmark. Awaken. I will fatigue 1 to bookmark. I will play an aura for turn. I'm going to Morpheus the Walking Sam.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Is that... Yeah, that's unblockable. Okay. I get confused with those old symbols and new symbols for some reason. Some of them still trip me up. But that's the new symbol. That's unblockable.
And yeah, then I'm gonna no, I'm gonna leave that up. I'm going to use Reaper Crown's Spirit to play another familiar, and then I'll do 20 damage to one of the tokens.
You got it.
I have a feeling this spellbook would do a lot better against anything other than effigies.
I believe that's possibly true. Yes, for sure.
Yeah. Flame is also a weakness here because of the explosions or fireballs, even to walk into Seance Walking Sam.
Yeah.
So usually that's going to be a lot harder to hit with the Spirit.
Yeah, 100%. Spirits are always... They're always hard to get rid of unless you have a bunch of spells that'll do the direct damage. And that's kind of like what I have in here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, did you pass turn to me, though?
I did.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry about that.
I don't know if I said it or if I just heavily implied that it was your turn.
We'll do 150.
With silence.
And
Ouchie.
I will play Aura. I will... Let's get out here a Piazza Bird.
I don't like that.
And
I don't like that one bit.
let's pass turn.
All right. I will bookmark. I will awaken. I will I'll use my second index.
Okay.
We're going to pull out Cryptid Nation Walking Sam. That'll be in my chapter.
You got it.
Oops. Gee, okay. Okay. Gonna have to issue myself a warning.
Stacking your deck over there.
I wish. All right. Yeah, we're just gonna swing 2 into an undamaged token to take one of them out. 2 familiars. And pass turn.
Okay. I'll take 125. Okay. Oh man. Let's see what we're gonna do here.
Please be kind.
I don't think that's a possibility.
Thought we were friends.
I'm gonna play a Gassy.
All right.
Since Piazza Bird is on the field, all my flame spells cost 1 less aura. So I will fatigue 1 for Burning Effigy.
You realize we're in the exact same position I conceded in the last game, right? We'll play it out. We'll play it out this time.
I will fatigue 1 more for another Burning Effigy.
I'm gonna be that guy and say that your fire is actually covered right now.
What's that?
The word fire. You can't see it right now. It's underneath your spirit aura. I'm just joking right now, but you know, what does Piazza actually say, and could somebody, you know, be an a-hole in a game because of that?
So the fourth wall effect is if there's a fire within eyesight, Piazza Bird's attack gains 50 damage.
Exactly. So fire wouldn't be within eyesight technically if it's under your spirit aura.
Yes, but I don't even have that in so it has to actually say the word like what is it, like fire or something like that?
Oh, right. I'm thinking unending fire crystal, aren't I?
Yes. So this isn't the right one anyway. But yeah. So
what's the name of that one? It's burning fire imprint, right?
This one's burning spirit imprint. So if it had the word
burning
fire in
imprint,
it would work. Just like I'm trying to think. That's why I'm kind of like stalling here. But there's another card too that has the word fire in it.
Gotcha.
Oh man, why am I blanking on it?
I was thinking it was called Burning Fire Imprint, not Burning Spirit Imprint.
It's Burning Spirit Imprint. But yeah,
curious.
Somebody probably would be.
I feel like guy. I need to know that as an MZO. Is what is the actual ruling on that? So remind me to look that up later.
So yeah, I guarantee somebody in like a tournament setting would be that guy, you know?
Just be safe and don't cover the word fire if you have it in the arena.
Right. So I was fatiguing this last aura that I had awake, though, to do an explosion.
Okay.
I'm going to do 50 to one of them. I will do 10 to you, the caster, with a burn of 1. So don't even worry about it.
I'm not even going to put that on.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll take the 25. And then I will... Damn, now I wish I attacked the Piazza first. Maybe give you more burn. But I'm going to take out your... Let's go with your crown. I'll do 75 to the crown. And then I will pass turn.
All right. Bookmark. Awaken. Well, now I'm in a tough spot there, bud. I'm going to use Familiar's Power to play a free Morpheus on Piazza Bird.
Okay.
And then I'll do 3 Spirit for CN Walking Sam. And I kind of have to pass... do I have to pass turn? No, I don't have to pass turn yet. Well, yeah. I'm going to fatigue 1 for a Familiar.
Okay.
And top decking, which you would know if we were in person.
So by the way,
pass turn.
You probably should have moved, I would assume by now, both of those beasties.
Oh, yeah. I'm not used to playing Familiar.
Yeah, you're good. And I'm sorry, you said you were passing turn?
Yes, I have nothing else I can do. And I have nothing in my hand, so you have nothing to... I don't have any aura to use anyway, but you have nothing to fear.
So it's...
And I have everything to fear.
It's gonna hurt. 75.
Ouch.
And I'll bookmark. And let's see, what can we do here? So Piazza is still in the arena, so I still get all my spells for 1 less flame. So I will... What is that Walking Sam's LP?
60.
So I will fatigue 1 and explosion for the 60.
Ouchies.
I'll take 25. Is that the only explosion I had? Yep. I will do 1 for a burning effigies, which will make 3 more of these guys. I will do 1 for another burning effigies, which I don't even have another one out.
Yeah, I can't keep up with effigies in this spellbook. I feel like a lot of spellbooks can't, right?
I've been winning versus almost every aura type.
Crazy.
Almost every aura type. And Cassie is awakened. And I have nothing else I could play. So we will just swing in with Gassy now. Are we going 20, 30, 40, 50? We'll do that 50 to caster. And I'll pass turn.
All right. Bookmark. Awaken. I use the 2 familiars to take out a token. Hopefully that saves me 1 more turn. And I know this does nothing really in the grand scheme, but I'm gonna sleep Gassy. And pass turn.
Let's see. I don't even know the math right now. But this
Too much.
100 here. This is 200. This is 300. That's 400 right there.
400. Game.
So exactly 400.
Game. Crazy. So the gassy burning effigies combo.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
It really is. Especially if you have Piazza out there and you could play them for one aura, that definitely helps out. It doesn't hurt. Let's say that.
Yeah, so I need to figure out what I need to side deck for this spell. I really like the idea of this spell book, so I want to keep trying to perfect it and whatnot. And I feel like the weakness really just. I'm sure there's some other weaknesses, but I feel like it's incredibly weak against fire.
You just happen to go up against a deck that's hard against that deck specifically.
Yep. Yeah, I played it against water for the other spell book. It held its own. I still kind of lost, and that's when I had the fetish artifacts instead of familiars. And I think that's part of what killed me is because they just don't have to play anything.
Yeah.
Until they have what they need in their hand at that point. So, fetish artifact with what I was doing, just, I couldn't play off myself, is what it ended up being. And even if I could, the two walking Sams, they don't really have a great attack. I mean, they attack for 10. So you're not copying anything great there. And they don't have any attack effects.
Yeah.
So I love fetish artifacts. It's just that wasn't the right spellbook to put it in. So I put the familiars in, and I didn't say this in the beginning of the episode. The familiars are really there not to attack. I mean, it's great that they can. I was forced to in this game, but the idea there is just to get cheap spells because with the cursed contracts especially, I want to make sure I have spirit open. Yeah. So the idea with the familiars is to just get the reduced cost spell out. Free Morpheus, 1 cost possession, 4 cost permanent possession. So yeah.
No, I like the idea as well. And I agree. I don't think you should give up on that. I think you should mess around with it. Maybe not even change, like you were saying. Maybe not even change like much in the main deck. Just figure out a side deck type of thing for certain cards, for certain decks and aura types. Yeah, we didn't even see her the whole game. She
didn't come up, but she's my heavy hitter if I need to, and then I can take her back and save.
She is great. You could use her so strategically, but at the same time, she's a card where like every time I practiced and threw her in a deck, kind of like how you were saying, like, oh, I made a misplay. I would always, every time I had her in a deck, I'd
forget to put her out.
Yeah, I'd be like, damn, wait, I could have done this.
Yep. I had a game against Deadly where I was doing that. I kept forgetting to Bloody Mary right before the end of the turn. Because you can do it after the combat phase, but right before end of turn.
Correct. So I was never playing her right. So the only reason I'm saying this is if you're messing up and stuff like that and it's something you want to do, continue to practice it so it becomes like muscle memory. I did not stick with her long enough. So I guarantee if I went back to that type of deck today, I would still mess that up again. But if you like stick with this deck and you keep building it, you'll know those moves after making a few mistakes and and misplaying it a few times and kicking yourself and whatever it is. You'll know the correct way to play it. Just like me with my my father Sam, Barbecue Revolutionary, how he makes those friendly barbecue tokens. You don't know how many games I've forgotten that those friendly tokens could get rid of your flying, could get rid of your spirit, could get rid of your magic proof, could get rid of your whatever it is. And then I could use that for my advantage. But after sticking with the deck for a while and practicing it, it became like a thing for me where I now use it all the time.
So I felt when I was playing with my Dark Earth, I would always forget to burrow.
Yep.
And it killed me enough times where I was like, okay, pass turn burrow.
Yeah. Now
you don't have anything to burrow. I don't care. Pass turn burrow.
Yeah. Now you're playing your electric deck. You're playing your lightning deck and saying pass turn burrow just to be safe.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy with my deck. I'm upset we didn't get to see like the full function of your deck. But I do like the idea of it, and I learned stuff from your deck. Still, at the same time, I did not know that Walking Sam could steal my tokens.
Yeah. Honestly, I forgot about that as well. And I got really excited when I read that, knowing that you were going to be playing effigies before this game. Or I didn't know. It was heavily implied you were going to play effigies. But
So yeah, there's something you could definitely do with that. I don't know what it is yet. Off the top of my head, but I feel like there's something like that you could use that strongly. I feel like maybe not now, maybe in the future, but
this was really strong playing against water. I kept stealing chessies, so chessies for every water page in the arena it gets boosted. So Walking Sam and the permanent possessions, really good for chessies, really good for anything that's tribal boosted that your opponent's playing. Because they're working to boost it up, and then you just take it and cool, keep boosting it for me. The downside to Walking Sam, obviously you took it out pretty easily, which I did not account for. And I didn't have my curse contracts at the right time to stop those explosions, unfortunately. But anytime that one of the beasties that I takes damage, this beastie also loses 10 LP. So if I were to take your Walking Sam or your tokens, and you were to destroy them or do damage to them, this beastie would also take 10 LP. So you just really have to hit those tokens 6 times as well if you can't, or whatever beasties I take, if you can't hit this one directly for some reason.
Yeah. Jesus.
Hey, you have a curse contract. How'd you get that?
I now have a playset of curse contracts.
Ooh. I've been asking for weeks.
Yeah, so since nobody wanted to ever respond to me when I was posting about the curse contracts, that's like the one time I ever get ghosted in my own Discord is when I ask about curse contracts for some reason. But since nobody was answering about that, I decided that for my birthday last week, I would treat myself and buy a playset of them off of eBay. So
nice.
So I found somebody who had a full playset of them, and I shot him an offer. The offer instantly got denied. It didn't even let me submit the offer. So I messaged the guy, and I was just like, "Hey man, would you be able to do this?" And he didn't even question it. He was just like, "Yeah, sure, that sounds fine, man." So I got lucky. I still paid a decent amount of money, but I got them for a good deal.
Yep.
But yeah,
no, it's good to have everybody playing Spirit should have them.
I agree.
In my opinion, it's a staple for Spirit now.
So the way that after playtesting it with the curse contracts, that's the one that you haven't seen in this deck yet, really. And after playtesting it a few times with the curse contracts, I actually do not play with the full playset anymore.
Really?
Yeah. So my thought behind that too, and I got some, the team's feedback on it as well, is that so not everybody's going to be playing like spell heavy decks where if I had all 3 curse contracts, I also have a second anniversary, and I don't know what happened to my Discord where that just shut down, but there you go. So I have a second anniversary, and I would have had 3 curse contracts. So that's 4 anti-spell spells.
Right. Second anniversary, though, is only against neutral.
Only neutral. Yes, that is correct.
Right. So it's not as effective. And then you're also, you have to be able to draw them as well. So I do get the idea of it. But even with 3, I feel like I've had trouble having them in hand when I need them.
that's definitely a possibility. Yeah, it's always I always seem to need stuff when I don't have it, so I could definitely relate and know that feeling. But yeah, I just thought having 4 was a little too much, but I have these 2 now that I could use on anything besides a light or spirit spell.
Yeah. So you only went down 1.
Yeah, and then I have the second anniversary that I could still continue to use against power up reds. Really is probably my main one, if not the New Year's New Beginnings.
Yeah.
So I felt like it flowed a little bit more. Ironically, the one day I played a number of different decks against a few different people, but the one day I was playing it with all 3 curse contracts in it, I would find myself with 2 of them in my hand, and they would never be playing any spells. or they would play the spell, and it would be, again, like a power-up red or a New Year's New Beginnings, and I would have rather used the second anniversary in that situation. So I could also bookmark 1 in that situation. You know?
Yeah, the opponent losing 75 LP is still
it's great.
Pretty awesome. I don't know.
It's great. The thing that upsets me though is that go ahead.
I was going to say dampen is a 2 cost, right? Water spell.
Correct. Yes.
So it's the same cost as dampen, and it can't do light or spirit spells, but it has the extra damage.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know. I like it.
I like it a lot too. I genuinely do. The one thing I don't like about it with this deck specifically is that I really can't use it with Gassy. There's only like a very specific time where you could use it with Gassy. Because with Gassy you have to use those spells on your turn. So the only way I'd be able to use it is like if you second anniversaried me or something along those lines.
Right.
And if I had the 2 spirit aura and that, I could be like, oh, you're going to second anniversary? Well, I'm going to curse contract that second anniversary. But again, that's very specific. It's probably like rarely ever going to happen. I wish I could throw that like back in my hand and reuse it or something like that.
Right.
But yeah, I had fun playing.
Yeah, it was good games. I hate effigies.
And I actually hate permanent possession. So you just didn't happen to get them off, but when you get those things going, man, you hate them.
No, it's true. I feel like I got the control down. It's just I couldn't do anything against those tokens. Any beastie you got out, I was able to put to sleep or to possess it in some form.
You did take my Father Sam where I only got to use him 1 time. You did get my Gassy after 1 turn. You did, yeah. So you were handling it. It's just that I had like a counter to how you were handling it almost.
Exactly.
Each time. But yeah,
if I couldn't steal it, the Morpheus to put it to sleep. It's huge. It doesn't,
like you were saying,
not the best scenario with Gassy and Piasa Bird though.
If you could permanently possess somebody else's Gassy though, and if they if they can't do anything about it like that next turn or so, that's dangerous right there.
Yeah. If you can get them in a position where, maybe they're top decking or they're, they have to rely on pulling something from their spellbook to deal with it. It's wonderful. And I've been in that position. That was the first time I ever played against permanent possession. I had Gassy on the field and somebody had taken it. And then I couldn't play beasties to deal with it, because as soon as I played a beastie, unless I didn't have anything with fleet, they would just possess it next turn. So I had to get to a position where I could put multiple beasties on the field, and by that time, I couldn't come back from it. And the spell book that I was playing at the time, maybe it was his Gassy. No, I wasn't. It was his own Gassy. I was playing Earth Dark, and my Earth Dark is not very spell heavy. I have Rock Rain, and that's about it in that one. So I was relying on needing to pull Rock Rain to take out the Gassy to stop the bleeding, essentially, and I just couldn't pull it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucked.
So
that's when, and that's when I learned that permanent possession. And this kind of ties into the trivia question on my channel. That's when I learned that permanent possession can take burrowed beasties. Permanent possession can take magic-proof beasties.
Mm-hmm.
You know, permanent possession, because it's choose a beastie and not target a beastie. You can take whatever the heck you want.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
You can't take Grafted Monster. That one's still protected technically.
But that brings me to a very good point. It's not anything you said, but it's something you reminded me of. And it happens all the time with me playing. And I'm sure it happens to a lot of people who play Metazoo often. And it happens, it's along the lines of like, don't get like mad, don't get upset. If you're playing and practicing, and let's say like somebody does like permanent possess your thing and your whole deck now goes to crap and it's not going to function the way you want it to function because they did something that you were unaware of.
Immediately concede.
Like the first time you ever seen permanent possession and they take like, let's just say your Father Sam or something like that. Like use that as a learning experience. Use that as a way to learn not only what you could do with your deck, but also learn these other cards that you might not be familiar with. And on multiple occasions throughout like I'll call it my Metazoo career, I have used that opportunity to like open my mind to now even like build decks around those cards. I now use what maybe made me angry for my advantage. Because it's like, oh, well, if I didn't know about that, and if that's going to make me and my deck now completely useless, I could potentially make somebody else's deck completely useless as well. So that's something that I had to like learn is like, don't get like pissed off. Don't get mad. It's a game. And it's a great way to like learn. If you're just winning all the time and playing the same people all the time, like there's not really growth happening in those moments. But when you're playing somebody who's like better than you, or at the same or better than you, I should say, that's when like true growth I feel like happens. Because if you're not getting uncomfortable, if you're not making some mistakes, if you're not getting wrecked and learning some new cards, you're going to stay pretty stagnant in this game. There's a lot to learn.
You know, I try to be there every Tuesday, but we practice pretty much every Tuesday with the Caster's Corner team. And every week I walk away learning something I either thought I knew and I was wrong about, something new about my opponent's spellbook. It's crazy how much there is to learn and how the different card interactions can work in your favor in one way, but you know, against a completely different aura type, it just doesn't work. And that kind of goes with the Walking Sam, in this case here, where normally that would be protected against, other spell books for the most part, but Flame just has so much to take care of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And something else that's cool about like having a team to practice with too, is people like, you've even done this with me and I've done this with you as well, Ian, is you might give advice to one another. And again, it's not anybody like talking shit about your deck. It's not anybody like putting down what you may have created. It's just their way of trying to help in a way. And I'll be the first one to say that there's been times where, let's say Deadly, for example, who's, like my best friend, will be like, hey man, I think you should put this in your deck and here's the reason why. And I'll be like, no man, like screw that. The reason I have this in there is because of this. And I'll get like defensive. and again, it's like that's preventing me from growing. If I become defensive in like that type of situation, he's trying to open my mind and educate me and give me a different point of view and a different perspective that I genuinely might need. And most of the times, even when I do get defensive about like why I put this in there that he's telling me maybe I should take out or whatever it is, as I'm like being like, no, but this, I'm like, oh freak, he has a genuine concern that's accurate, and I should probably, like it starts like settling in as I'm like debating it with him,
Yeah. Yeah, and I can say that pretty much every game that I've played with a team member, when we end the game, we talk about, what we think that we could have improved upon, what we think the other person did well, etc. So, having that team dynamic too, and having this kind of vibe that you're there to improve each other is amazing as well because of that. But it is a double-edged sword, right? Because you were actually given advice that this burning effigy thing wouldn't work.
That is true. So there's something that I've learned in life, that a quick way to summarize it that I like to say, and I repeat this all the time to people, is if it don't apply, let it fly. So take what you want, take what you need, take what you think will work, but you don't have to listen to every single piece of advice. Because, all right, we'll just use our team for this example because that's what we've been talking about. We have 10 people on the team. Not everybody is going to agree on the same exact thing. If I get a split decision where 5 people are telling me one thing and 5 people are telling me the exact opposite, like which one should I go with? So that's when when what I say, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. One of those has to be the more appropriate or the better solution, I should say. It might not be the right answer still, but one of them is probably going to be better than the other. So I need to weigh out, almost like make a mental pros and cons list and make a decision based off of that. And then if it's not the one that those other 5 people said, just let it go, let it fly, let it go out, So that's a quick way for me to not get resentful towards anybody, not get angry or upset or be like, well, you made me do this and now it doesn't work. It's like, well, I'm still the one who put it in there. I can't blame anybody else for my deck. That's just plain flat and simple. So if for that example with the burning effigies, that was a teammate who told me that you probably shouldn't have that many and they probably only would work early game and stuff like that. So I did take his advice and I tried a few games with less and it didn't work. So after just a few games, I went back to my own original idea. So again, if it didn't apply, let it fly. But yeah, we've been going for over an hour already. Jeez, playing games, time flies.
It does. It really does. We did 2 games.
We did. Well, we did 1 match.
True.
So, is there anything else you would like to say about gameplay, your deck, my deck, anything like that?
Your deck is pretty solid. I will say that, and I like that you have, and it didn't come up. I'm really surprised. You have a backup plan if Effigies doesn't work.
Yes.
Or vice versa, which is the Casey Jones and Ghost Train.
Correct.
I feel like mine doesn't have that backup plan or that plan B. So I feel like that's probably my next step in trying to build out this idea is, okay, well, what if my Walking Sam gets thrown to the limbo because I'm going up against Flame and it just, gets explosioned?
Yeah. And that's advice that I got from Deadly, actually. Not specifically Casey Jones and Burning Effigies, but one time I was talking to him about a deck he was playing. And I was like, hey, man, you got 7 things going on in your deck that usually doesn't work. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah, well, I don't want just one thing going on in my deck. And I was like, oh, crap, I didn't even think about it like that. Yeah, I guess you're right. You don't want just one thing. You want more than one thing in case it doesn't work.
Exactly. And that's the problem that I have with this spellbook right now is I built it as a possession control spellbook. But if for some reason I'm going up against something where that fails, I have no plan B.
Yeah.
So I need to figure that out. What fits into this? What can I drop? Probably if I can get some more beasties in, probably the indexes. I could drop those out. Because right now the indexes, the only reason they're there
Yeah.
is because I plan to only have 2 beasties. And if I got to the point where I needed one of them out, I could search for them.
I just want to
interrupt
and
basically
say
always have a plan B.
that the plan B can be your side deck, though. It doesn't have to be in the main deck.
True.
It does not have to be. If you could get it to work in your main deck, I've seen that work a little better. But if you have
plan C is in your side deck.
Yeah, but if you have an answer to pretty much everything in your side deck, you should be good to go. That doesn't mean you're going to win every game.
Yeah,
but you should be good to go.
I need to find an answer to the effigies, and if anybody has that and is still watching at this point, comment down below what you would do against effigies in a spellbook like this, because I think one of my weaknesses is that I'm not familiar with every card yet.
Yeah.
I know what I've played, but just going up against water the other day, I don't know water all that well. So I'm still learning, a lot of the cards and what they do there. For
sure. So. Yeah, we'd love to hear from everybody in the comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know any suggestions, anything along those lines. But yeah, Ian, why don't you tell us about your YouTube channel?
Yes, I do Cryptid Nation News on YouTube. We're actually doing a giveaway right now for a CN1 spellbook. Yeah. That was to celebrate 1 year of me being on YouTube. So not 1 year of me doing Metazoo related content, which started in January, but just 1 year of doing videos. My first video dropped Thanksgiving week of last year.
That's awesome.
And that was for Pokemon, Lance's Charizard Celebrations 10, I believe. So I wanted to do something special to celebrate 1 year. Honestly, I did not think I would get this far when I started. And we're almost at 1,000 subs. So when we get to 1,000 subs, we'll do another giveaway. So hopefully they chain. The giveaway for the CN1 spellbook ends on December 25th, or midnight on the 24th. So Gotcha. It'll be basically a Christmas present for whoever wins.
Awesome.
But on that channel, do a weekly video to cover what's been going on with Metazoo in the last week, what we can look forward to in the upcoming week, or just new announcements in general. Typically also throw out videos for Metazoo hours, so people can understand what was said in the Metazoo hours, because not everybody's in the Discord, or not everybody is on the Discord at the time of the Metazoo hour. Those tend to be pretty popular, and I've gotten wind that some people, some staff of Metazoo actually watch my videos for those as well. So that was pretty cool to find out.
Yeah.
Cryptid Nation News, stay up to date, subscribe.
So are all those original videos still up there on your channel?
They are, yeah. I didn't take anything down because to get YouTube partnership, or whatever the heck YouTube calls it, you need to have 4,000 watch hours, and I actually do have a couple hundred hours worth of Pokemon video watch hours. So, eventually when I make up those hours, I might take those off, but right now they need to be there because I am... as of the recording of this video, I think I'm 52 subscribers shy and about 400 hours shy of what I need.
Damn. So you're right there.
Yeah, so by the end of the year, by the 1 year mark of actually doing Metazoo videos, I might be there.
That's awesome.
I'm hopeful.
I want to go back and watch those original videos of you telling the news while ripping some CN2 and Nightfall or whatever.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
You would have like
the evolution
up
of
on the side and stuff. I remember.
Yeah, it was an interesting time because I remember thinking like nobody cares about what's going on. I want to make this interesting, and I'll rip some cards while I'm talking about what's going on in Metazoo, and it turns out I was incredibly wrong.
Yeah, what's funny about that is I found you when you were doing videos like that, and you would even say it in your videos. You're like, I'm gonna rip some packs to keep you guys entertained and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm listening to you while driving in the car. I'm not watching the video anyway.
So, looking back at that time, like, the people that I was watching in the Metazoo arena were Argos and Metaman.
Yep.
Argos, he primarily rips for his patrons, and he would talk about the news. So, from that perspective, it was like, okay, that's what this community likes. Shout out to Argos. And Metaman would do very similar things, right? So he would do some videos where he's talking, some videos where he's ripping and talking. So, my early on idea was, in a sense, modeled after what the community looked like at the time. And it was Jody, Jody from Metazoo HQ, who had kind of left a comment and be like, hey, this is great, but the card whipping's kind of distracting. And maybe for the same reason. Maybe you're not watching the video, maybe you're listening.
Yeah.
And that actually really kind of streamlined things as well. That allowed me to step back and not do live unedited not live, but unedited content, which
like this.
That was huge for the delivery of the videos. I feel like I'm getting into like a recap of my channel now, and it's probably not the time for it. But no, it's really interesting to look back at the evolution of the channel, and I should probably do a video on that.
Yeah, I think it would be dope, actually. I think it would be. But yeah, since then, you've now turned the videos upside down. It's no longer the same as it was in that Metazoo community that you first came into.
No, and the interesting thing is not just the delivery changes and all of that, but you buy new equipment, you rearrange your room, you buy a green screen, right, and just these little iterations of things that change on your channel over time. So it would be interesting to kind of look back over the course of the past 10. I don't think my channel has changed too much, honestly, in the past 6 months. Around the time of UFO, I think is really when it kind of, in a sense of new equipment and kind of what I've been styling my videos to be, where it kind of settled.
Yeah. No, well, they look great, man. I was a fan before we started doing this podcast together, and
You're an OG.
Yeah, and I know for sure, like, I need that news channel to stay up to date with everything. So I am very appreciative, man, as I'm sure many others are as well. So yeah, congrats on the 1 year, man, and good luck to anybody in that giveaway. And with that,
are you in the giveaway? You better be in the giveaway.
I am not in the giveaway.
Get in the giveaway. You're an OG.
I am an OG, but I would much rather somebody in our community get that giveaway instead. I'm sure somebody needs it much more than I do. And with that, though, I don't have any announcements for this week. I just encourage everybody to, leave a comment down in this video. Let us know what you think about gameplay. Let us know what you want to see future episodes of this podcast on. We want to hear from every single person. Get your thoughts out there, and let us know what you want to see. Also, we want to get your thoughts on the gameplay, what happened, what we could have done differently, what we messed up on, what we missed, whatever it is, we'd love to hear all that stuff as well. So on that note, I don't have anything else. So I think we're good to wrap up, and we will catch everybody next week. And we appreciate you guys. So have a good one.
Have a good one.